Now, if it seems to you like the last couple of years have been unusually full of big weather disasters, you're not crazy. It's true. Well, you may be crazy, but it's still true. 2011 has broken the record for the most weather disasters costing more than $1 billion in damage this early in the year. The U.S. has already had 5 weather disasters costing more than $1 billion, and hurricane season hasn't even begun yet.
What do you think the price would be today if it was based on fundamentals of just supply and demand?
$4 billion in taxpayer subsidies every year. That's what the 5 biggest oil companies are fighting to keep in the midst of record gas prices and record oil industry profits. Despite a full court press by the oil industry and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Senate Democrats will attempt to vote to remove those subsidies this week, possibly as early as Tuesday night, and kill those subsidies to use the revenue instead to pay down the federal deficit. But Republican Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said on Sunday the measure would not garner enough votes to pass. Finally, the climate change denial industry was hit with yet another blow this week when a major scientific journal formally withdrew a prominent study used by the denial industry on charges of plagiarism.
What?
The study, popularly known as the Wedgman Report, was federally funded on a request from House Republican Joe Barton, a prominent denier who famously apologized to BP last year for the BP oil disaster in the Gulf.
So we have an actual study that was actually gamed, not by the climate scientists, but by the climate science denialists. And this, of course, on the heels of last year's fake controversy spread by Fox News, the so-called ClimateGate controversy, that climate scientists were putting out faked data. When investigation after investigation since then has found that they weren't, and now we find that it's the climate change denialists who were putting out the faked data. Knock me over with a feather.